During the long winter months of the Arctic, the sun never rises. The sky is bathed in a cold, halo-like light. The sea turns into a mirror of ice, reflecting the stars as if they were hanging right in front of you. In that silent world, hidden beneath the pitch-black water, lives a creature once thought to come from the world of legend, the narwhal. The narwhal is not a sea monster, nor is it a mythical half-man, half-fish creature. It is a small-toothed whale. Its body is elongated and frosty gray, and most importantly, it carries a spiral tusk that can reach 3 meters long. Extending from its upper lip, the tusk is not just a part of its body, but a symbol that has been attached to the human imagination for centuries. When the ocean was still an uncharted land, people called it the magic horn of the sea. For the indigenous people, the Inuit, narwhal is part of their soul. Not only because it provides life, but also because it is a testament to the harmony between humans and harsh nature. In the 10th century, when the first narwhal horns washed up on European shores, no one knew where they came from. It was rumored that they were the horns of unicorns, a mythical creature that could purify poisonous water and cure all diseases. Northern European traders hid the true origins, selling each section of narwhal horn as a royal treasure. Kings and nobles competed to own it, believing that placing it in a cup of wine would make the poison disappear. For centuries, those tusks created one of the most expensive legends in the world. It was not until northern explorers set foot on Greenland that the secret was revealed. The unicorn horn was actually the tusk of a narwhal that lived in the icy waters around Canada, Greenland, and Russia. For the Inuit, tusks are not something to be worshipped or traded, but a sacred resource. They can be turned into fish hooks, spear shafts, or exquisite works of art. The tusk is also a symbol of longevity, for to possess a long tusk, narwhal must live for many years in the harsh cold sea, through thousands of predators and blizzards. Narwhal are true denizens of the ice. While many whales migrate south to escape the cold, they swim up into the frozen waters, where there are only small gaps in the sea surface to breathe. These are called polyneus. Each breath is a race against death. If the ice cracks close, the animal will become trapped and suffocate. Narwhal can dive as deep as 1.50 meters, far deeper than most other whales, to hunt in the darkness. In the cold depths, they hunt for flounder, squid, and small creatures that live on the seafloor. Their every movement is as gentle as a dance under the ice, that only those born here can understand. In a land where life is more difficult than anywhere else, the Inuit have survived for thousands of years by learning to live with, not against, nature. Their relationship with the narwhal is not simply one of hunting and being hunted. It is an ancient covenant. In the summer, when the ice melts, narwhal herds migrate along the ice edge in search of food. This is also when the Inuit prepare for hunting season. They do not use large ships or machine guns, but kayaks, light and calm as the water itself. Each stroke must be in sync with the waves, so that the narwhal do not notice the presence of humans. When a narwhal herd comes up to breathe, the hunters patiently observe. They do not chase immediately, but quietly read the language of the water, the wind direction, the swirl of the waves. As narwhal hunting season ends, the ice closes over the sea. The pods of orcas disappear into the ocean's depths. leaving behind a white, still landscape that seems to hold its breath. But for the Inuit, this isn't a time of rest. It's a new chapter in their cycle of survival. In the place of enjoyment with the world, only wind, ice and a man remained. He walked in silence, dragging the last breath of life. The cold cut into the flesh, but the fire in his heart still burned. He did not seek glory, only sought one more day to survive. Each footprint in the snow was proof that man was still here. Small but showing strong. In the snow, he caught himself in the cold ice. Not a victor, but one who was in harmony with nature. When night fell, a small fire rose in the white. That light, quiet, weak, but enough to tell the last story of man on the ice.
The storm is getting worse.
The wind whipped across the ice, blowing tiny snowflakes like dust from time. He continued to pull the heavy wooden cart, on which were frozen fish. Like a dream trapped between two worlds. Every step was a battle with the cold, with loneliness. The wind howled, the snow covered white, but he still bowed his head, walking silently, There was no one behind, nor anything ahead. Only man and his own resilience. In the midst of the storm, he raised his face. A glimmer of light appeared in the distance, weak, but real. In those frost-covered eyes, there was no more fear, only determination.
It's a cold morning out here, but the fish are biting. Gotta be patient.
Night fell, the ice was still. He sat by the waterhole, holding the rope tightly, waiting. Suddenly the ice shook. A strong pull from the depths. The wind howled, the ice cracked, the water splashed white. He did not let go. Between the blizzard and blood, between life and death, man and nature became one. Then silence. Only his breath, and the blue light, reflected in his eyes. The storm was fading. On the ice, he knelt down. His chapped hand touched the giant snow-covered creature. There was no sound of wind, only the beating of his heart, breathing the frozen ocean. He pulled the fish onto the cart, as silent as a ritual. In those tired eyes, there was no victory, only the peace of one who had reached the end. In the endless white, a small human still walked, carrying the last warmth of life. The wind had died down. He stood in the middle of the endless white, his eyes wide open, covered with frost. Every breath was smoke, every step was the echo of life. His hands were bleeding, still holding the rope tightly, as if holding on to the meaning of being human in this cold world. The sun rose in the distance. The golden light penetrated the mist, melting on the ice. He walked, pulling the cart and the frozen fish. Tiny in the vast white snow, but as strong as a flame that never went out. Beneath the ice, a giant creature still floated, as silent as the spirit of the ocean. He stood there, looking down, as if he were seeing himself in the eyes of nature. The wind rose again, the snow flew white. But he was no longer afraid. Between death and life, there was only silence and faith. He knelt by the ice hole, put his hand on the cold water. A wordless thank you. Because he understood. Here, life and death do not confront, but coexist.